The member for Grey.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Environment and Energy, and I refer him to the case of O'Leary Walker Wines in the Clare Valley, incidentally just out of my electorate and in the member for Wakefield's electorate. But their business has seen a 100% rise in the cost of electricity in the last 12 months. Will the minister update the House on the government's action to ensure that hard-working businesses and families receive a more affordable deal for energy? Is the minister aware of any other approaches?
The Minister for the Environment and Energy.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Grey for his question and acknowledge his deep concern for the rising electricity prices for those in businesses in his electorate, like Olympic Dam, like Nearstar at Port Pirie, like Ariam at Whyalla. But he's also concerned about the impact of price rises right across his state, like O'Leary Walker, the winemakers in the Clare Valley. Now, they have seen their electricity prices dramatically increase to $50,000 a year, Mr Speaker. Now, they've been in business for some 16 years. They employ 12 people. Now they're looking at having to spend more than $20,000 on diesel generators, which they say will mean they can't employ as many people as they otherwise would. That's why we on this side of the House are very focused on significant energy market reforms, trying to get more gas into the domestic market and reduce the transport price and the transportation of gas, through changes through the LMR process to rein in network costs, to invest record amounts in battery storage, and particularly the Snowy Hydro 2.0, Mr Speaker. And also today's announcement by the Treasurer and the Prime Minister around the ACCC review is very significant, Mr Speaker, because retail prices can make up to 25% of the household bill, and it's very opaque, Mr Speaker. Often retail prices are bundled in with wholesale prices, and we know that the margins are high and that some customers, some 50% of customers, have not changed suppliers over the last 5 years. So this will be very important in getting the real facts on the table so we can push real reforms. And I'm pleased to say to the House, Mr Speaker, since the Prime Minister and the Treasurer's announcement this morning, the Energy Users Association of Australia has said the ACCC investigation will help clear the air and improve transparency for consumers, which is a great outcome. And Energy Consumers Australia has also welcomed the announcement. But, Mr Speaker, what do you think the Labor Party does when we make a good announcement about driving down retail costs? What do you think they do? Well, they put out a press release, the member for Port Adelaide and the underpaid member for Fenner. They rush out a press release, and they quote the Australian Energy Council. Now, Mr Speaker, who is the Australian Energy Council? It's the body representing the retailers, Mr Speaker. The body representing the retailers. And the Energy Council says the following: retail electricity markets are working effectively and efficiently. This is who you are quoting in your press release. Again, after putting up electricity prices by 100% when they were last in office, are now citing the representative of the retailers against the consumers. No wonder the member for Port Adelaide is trying not to listen, because he thinks what happened in Adelaide was merely a hiccup. We care about jobs, we care about investment, and we're doing all we can to lower electricity prices.